Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, my fishing friends. It's your guide to the waters of Ireland, here with another exciting fishing forecast. Today, we're diving deep into what awaits us on Monday, the 22nd of September 2025. Now I've checked all the charts, scrolled through countless weather models, and tapped into my decades of experience to bring you the most practical and up-to-date intel for this potentially interesting day on the water. Will it be a day for breaking personal bests or a subtle game of patience? Stick around because this forecast has some surprising insights that could make all the difference to your autumn angling success in the Emerald Isle. Let's talk tactics for our main targets. First up, the magnificent salmon. This is late season, friends, with most salmon rivers closing their doors by the end of September. But don't despair. Some rivers, particularly those known for their grilser runs like the Ballinahinch system, might still offer opportunities. Look for deeper pools and runs, especially where the current slows down. My advice? Try a 9 to 10 foot rod, rated 7 or 8, with a floating or intermediate line. For flies, go with classic patterns like the Green Highlander or a Black Francis in sizes 8 to 12. If you prefer spinning, a small Toby or a Flying C in silver and black can be deadly. Remember, fresh grills are still entering some systems, making them active and feisty. Next, our elusive sea trout. September is actually proving to be a fantastic month for sea trout, with some fisheries reporting it as their best month for this species. You'll want to target estuaries, river mouths, and coastal areas, especially during dawn and dusk. These fish are often found where fresh water meets salt, or in deeper pockets near structure. For your tackle, a lighter setup, say a 9 to 10 foot rod rated 5 or 6, will give you excellent sport. Darker flies like a black pennel, Connemara black, or even small silver lures will work wonders. They're opportunistic feeders, and with water temperatures cooling, they'll be looking for an easy meal. And of course, our ever-present brown trout. These wild beauties are widespread across Ireland's rivers and lochs. Many fisheries are still open, with some extending into early October. For river fishing, target the edges of faster runs, deeper channels, and around submerged structures like fallen trees. In lochs, drifts over drop-offs and around weed beds can be very productive. A good 9-foot rod rated 5 or 6 is versatile. Try swinging wet flies or small streamers. If the conditions are right, dry flies can still tempt a rise, especially in the afternoon. For loch fishing, a team of nymphs or small streamers retrieved slowly can often bring success. My little trick? Don't be afraid to try some slightly larger streamers. Autumn trout are often looking for a bigger meal. Finally, the king of the freshwater predators, the pike. September through October is prime time for pike fishing in Ireland, as these fish become more active in cooler water, feeding aggressively before winter. Look for them in the margins of lochs, around weed beds, and near drop-offs where baitfish congregate. Popular spots include Lough Derg, Lough Ree, and Lough Mask. For tactics, large soft plastic lures, spinnerbaits, or deadbaiting with mackerel or smelt are excellent choices. A robust spinning or baitcasting setup is essential. Fishing for pike in Ireland is usually free, which is a big bonus, my friends. Now let's break down the conditions for Monday, the 22nd of September. The weather picture looks relatively settled, which is always a good sign for fishing. We're expecting daytime temperatures to hover around 12 to 15 degrees Celsius, dropping to between 5 and 9 degrees Celsius overnight. Atmospheric pressure will be influenced by high pressure, leading to more stable conditions throughout the week. This stability is generally a positive for fish activity, unlike drastic changes that can put them off the bite. Wind will be breezy, with an average speed around 21 kilometers per hour, so factor that into your casting and boat control, especially on larger lochs or exposed coastlines. Precipitation looks minimal, with a low chance of rain, leaning towards generally drier conditions for the day. Water temperatures across Ireland's coastal waters will be around 14 to 15 degrees Celsius. Inland waters will be following a similar trend, gradually cooling as we move deeper into autumn. This means fish metabolism is slowing compared to summer, but they're still actively feeding. They'll be seeking out areas with stable temperatures and readily available food. As for the moon phase on the 22nd of September 2025, we'll be in a waxing crescent phase. This is just after the new moon, with very low illumination, around 1 to 2%. Fishermen's folklore often links new moon phases with a period of intense feeding, as the minimal moonlight provides excellent cover for nocturnal predators. Some also suggest it's a fresh start in the lunar cycle, which can sometimes correspond to an upturn in activity after a quiet period. It's a time for opportunistic feeders, and with less lunar light, fish might feel bolder in shallower waters. Considering all these factors, stable high pressure, cooling but consistent water temperatures, breezy winds, and the new moon transition, I'd give the overall fishing assessment for Ireland on this day a medium to good but potentially fickle rating. The stable pressure is a big plus, but the late season for salmon and cooling water means you might have to work a bit harder and adapt your tactics. Focus on those transitional areas and pay attention to subtle signs of activity. So there you have it, my fellow anglers. My full breakdown for fishing in Ireland on the 22nd of September. I'm wishing you all tight lines and screaming reels. May your nets be heavy and your spirits light. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful, subscribe for more weekly tips and predictions, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. And tell me in the comments below, what are your plans for autumn fishing? What's your go-to lure or fly when the water cools down? Share your wisdom with our community. Until next time, tight lines, and I'll see you on the water.